Hey everyone, today we're not just talking about learning a new language, we're talking about building a blueprint for a serious career investment. So let's dive right into the architect's roadmap for mastering Mandarin.
So here's the game plan for this explainer. We'll start with why this gives you a career edge. Then we'll demystify the language itself. After that, I'll give you a 30-day launch plan. We'll map out the official HSK proficiency roadmap, and we'll get you set up with a Smart Learner's Toolkit. And finally, we'll show you how to turn all that study into a real-world solution. It's the complete path from the why to the how.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Your Mandarin Career Edge. We're going to get right into why this language is such a powerful professional tool to have in today's world.
So let's just get right to the core idea here. The source material for this explainer says it all. Mandarin plus IT equals a powerful combination. This isn't just about being bilingual. It's about creating this unique, super valuable skill set that really makes you stand out, especially in the tech world.
And believe me, this is not just some abstract idea. We're seeing it play out in high-demand fields right now. Think about AI collaborations with China, international trade, or software roles specifically for Asian markets. In these areas, knowing Mandarin isn't just a nice little bonus. It is a massive career accelerator.
Moving on to Section 2, Demystifying the Language. Okay, let's be honest. I know what you're probably thinking. Mandarin has this reputation for being incredibly difficult, right? Well, we're about to break down what the real challenges are and also uncover some of its surprising simplicity. Okay, so look at this. This slide lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got the four main hurdles: the tones, getting the pronunciation right, the characters, and of course, listening. But now look at the right side. This is the good news. You don't have to worry about verb conjugations. There are no plural forms, no gender rules, not even articles like a or the. So in a lot of ways, the grammar is actually way more straightforward than English.
So here's the crucial point, and this is the one thing you absolutely cannot mess up. If your tones are wrong, people just won't understand you. It doesn't matter how great your vocabulary is. This has to be, without a doubt, your #1 focus when you start.
And that brings us perfectly to our next section, your first 30 days. Think of this as your actionable plan to build that solid foundation we were just talking about, starting from day 1.
So for your first month, it's super focused. Here's how it breaks down. For the first 2 weeks, your job is to focus 100% on Pinyin, pronunciation, and mastering those 4 tones. That's it. Nothing else. Then, in weeks 3 and 4, you can start speaking with purpose. Survival phrases, numbers, basic questions. It's a really smart, effective way to start.
Okay, so you've got your first 30 days down. But what's the long game? That's where the HSK Proficiency Roadmap comes in. The HSK is China's official language test, and it's the perfect way to measure your journey from a total beginner all the way to a professional level. And this table really shows you the practical difference between the levels. At HSK 3, with about 600 words, you can handle most daily conversations. But the jump to HSK 4, that's where the career magic happens. You double your vocabulary, and suddenly you can discuss work, travel, and more complex professional topics. And you're probably wondering, how long is this going to take? Well, this chart lays out a pretty realistic timeline. With consistent effort, you can aim to hit HSK 3 in about 6 months. And getting to that really useful HSK 4 level in about 1 year, totally achievable.
And this is the number that makes it all click. The source material recommends just 1 dedicated hour of study per day. That's it. 1 hour a day to reach that strong intermediate HSK 4 level in about a year. It's all about consistency, not cramming for hours on end.
So, you've got the map, you've got the timeline. Now you just need the right tools. Section 5 is your learner's toolkit, and it's packed with the best methods and resources to make your study time as efficient as possible.
First up, let's talk characters, or Hanzi. You've got to work smart, not just hard. So instead of just randomly memorizing them, the smart way is to learn the radicals first. Think of them like the building blocks of the characters. Once you know the components, you use an app like Anki that uses spaced repetition to help you review them daily. It makes remembering them so much easier.
And speaking of apps, if you're going to download anything, start with these 3. Hello Chinese is fantastic for a structured beginner course. Anki is that powerful flashcard system we just mentioned for memorization. And Pleco. Pleco is the essential all-in-one digital dictionary that you will use constantly. Now, for listening, this technique is a total game changer. It's called shadowing. It's literally just listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say right after they say it. It sounds simple, but trust me, doing this from the very beginning is absolutely vital for training your ear and perfecting your pronunciation and tones.
All right, let's pull all these threads together in our final section, from study to solution. This is where the rubber meets the road. We've built the foundation, now let's see how you can actually put these new skills to work. So here's the real test, right? You've put in all that work, you've hit HSP4, but how do those skills actually solve a real-world problem in your job?
So, picture this. You're on a big international IT project. An urgent bug report comes in from the team in Shanghai, but it's been machine translated, and it makes no sense. It's confusing, and it's threatening to delay the entire project. And then you step in. This is the solution. Your HSK4 skills mean you can just bypass that bad translation. You pick up the phone, directly clarify the technical details with the team, and get the right information in just a few minutes. You just saved the project a full day of delays. In that moment, you just became the hero of the project.
Look, learning Mandarin is a real investment in your career, maybe 2 to 3 years of consistent effort. The real question we want to leave you with is this: where will yours take you?